Well, the protest was due to start at 6 o'clock, but actually by then there were probably already 50 or so people here, and it was all very peaceful. They were waving flags. There was a little flurry of tension as people arrived with flares at about 6:15. They were shouting, "Send them back." But then it all calmed down when they were sent behind the barriers, and there was singing of Sweet Caroline, beeping of horns as cars went past. At 7 o'clock, they then headed a mile up the road to the council offices. There were shouts of "Shame on you." There was tension, bit of pushing and shoving with the police, and that was when the first of 3 arrests were made. Now, the police have made it very clear that actually it wasn't because she had unfurled a union flag on the steps of the council offices. It was in fact because she'd breached a Section 14 order. That places restrictions on exactly where the protests can be held. That didn't include the civic centre. So that was arrest number 1. There was also another arrest of a man because he'd refused to leave at the end of the protest. It should have finished at 8 o'clock. And then a third arrest on suspicion of inciting racial hatred in relation to an incident that was said to have happened on Friday here in Epping. So I think it's important to give the context of all of this. There have been protests in Epping throughout the summer. In the middle of July, there was the alleged assault on a schoolgirl. That's going through the courts at the moment. He's denied that, but it caused a lot of protest. Then there was that High Court ruling, that temporary injunction that should have meant, in theory, week on Friday, everyone should have been gone from here, all 138 people. But then that was overruled in the Court of Appeal, and so now we're seeing this flaring up of protests. There were 3 arrests here on Friday. 2 people have been charged. The 3 arrests here today, and then further protests elsewhere. There were 5 arrests in West Drayton near Heathrow yesterday. All sorts of protests today. Many of them were peaceful, but also one at Canary Wharf, 4 arrests there, a policeman allegedly punched in the face. So you can tell that it is really gaining momentum again, and this headache for the government is certainly not going away.